Hey guys, and welcome to Jay's Random Thoughts. I'm Ricardo, and this is Jay. Why do you have a bag over your face?
I'm so glad you asked, Ricardo. We have entered 2018, guys, and I feel like it's time to get rid of the baggage so it can be a beautiful, prosperous 2018 for you. There's different types of baggages. The first one I'm going to talk about is outside influence, which means it's coming from the outside world. One of the examples I can share or would like to share is my background, guys, is East Indian, and I grew up in a predominantly non-East Indian community, Caucasians mostly, and I looked very different compared to the other students, other kids in my class. And my grandmother used to walk me, which I call her as BB, to school every day, and she would wear Indian clothes to walk me. And I used to get picked on a lot. People used to say, why do you look so different? Why is your skin so brown? Why is your hair like that? Why does your grandmother wear those clothes, those funny clothes? And it was the point where it was affecting me so much that I didn't want to go to school. I would tell teachers, and they were also didn't understand it and didn't know how to relate to the kids or stop them. So one day, what happened was it was bottling up so much that one day I said to my grandma, "Bibi, I don't want to go to school." And she would take me. She's like, "Let's go and we'll talk about it," because she knew something was bothering me. And my grandma helped me get through this. So I love you, Bibi, for that. She told me that I am beautiful the way I look, and there's nothing wrong with me. I'm gorgeous, and I should embrace the beautiful culture, the beautiful country I come from, India, my roots, which has a lot of uniqueness, a lot of cultures. So with her helping me do that, and she told me, when these kids are saying this, you should know who you are, and you should educate them or teach them where you come from, so that way they can learn as well.
That's an amazing way to get over something like that.
Support a family.
For me,
Second one?
It's called self-created. It's something that you look on yourself or based off of what you see, and then you look towards yourself and you don't meet up to the criteria. So for me, I had a hard time talking to girls when I was younger that I was attracted to based on my looks, so that held me back. Even though some of these girls did like me, and it wasn't because of my looks, it was more because of who I was. And the way I got over this was working towards myself, physical fitness, and other ways was mentally. I started growing myself, understanding myself, and realizing I don't care what other people think. I love who I am, and I'm amazing. So that's one way I got over that.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
You are. The third one is relationships. I know a lot of girlfriends of mine have met new people in their life, but what they fail to do is let go of the past men they were with. Some of them cheated on them, some of them took money from them, some of them deceived them in other ways. And when they went to a new relationship, they were putting apps in their phones to track them where they were, going through their phone, like they would hack into their phones. Like these girls were just going nuts, and they would find the person's
My
passport.
friends told me about these types of girls. Yeah.
Girl? Oh gosh. It's not their fault. It's just,
of course.
you know,
It's just what they grew up like.
Yeah, and so one thing we did is we would have like a little party where I would have all the girls that were going through something or a bad breakup or they're in a new relationship, and we would get together as girls and have girl talk. I think support of girls or your girlfriends or your friends in general will help you get through that. And we also said to her, open up about your past relationships with your new relationship so that that person can know where they're coming from. So when you're looking through their phone in the middle of the night and they catch you, they will be like, okay, I am not that person. I am who, this is me. So they would help you heal through it and maybe accept it a little bit more and help you get through it.
Yeah.
And also
another is very good.
Yeah, and another thing is the person that did that to you guys, don't hold anger towards them. Let it go. So if someone did you wrong, forgive them for your sake, not for their sake, because you don't want them to hold that power and you growing your baggage so much that you don't know how to release it.
Yeah.
So let them go, forgive it, and say, you know what? I forgive you for what you've done, and take it as a lesson. Reflect on yourself and build yourself up so that you don't have to carry this baggage, and you can drop the baggage like it's hot.
That's a very good way. Like, if you want to be, there's no perfect person, but there's a perfect you. And the only way to actually be a perfect you is by letting go of those baggages. They're weighing you down. They're slowing you down to get to where you want to be. So that's a perfect way to describe it. Another example of baggage is
the fourth one.
Traumatic. I myself, when I was younger, I had friends, but the closest thing to me when I was younger was my cat. His name was Bucky, and I started going to Muay Thai, and he was a little bit ill, and I didn't want to go to Muay Thai. I had a feeling not to, but I still went because I was very focused on going and going. So I went. When I got home, I found out he was dead. Kind of devastated me because I didn't get to say goodbye, and he meant the world to me. So I stayed up all night, and I didn't know what to do. And I always just wanted to get closure and say goodbye. And then I started hearing noises at the door, scratching noises that my cat used to make to get my attention to open the door for him. I thought it was my other cat, and it wasn't. And then I went back to laying on the couch, and then I heard it again, and I knew where it was coming from, the front door. I went to the front door, I opened the door, and I could see a shadow of my cat's tail leaving. I looked around the corner, I didn't see him anymore. But to me, after I started to realize that that was my closure, that was my way of letting go, of saying goodbye to him, and it helped me get through that event. I also buried him, and when I buried him, I cried so much that I couldn't even hold it back. Like, I tried. My family was there, and they were trying to support me, and they were crying just because I was crying. I was just digging up the hole, and because I was digging up the hole, they were supporting me, and they could see that I really loved my cat, and it was just nonstop cry. But those cries helped me get over the traumatic event of my cat dying.
Sometimes a good cry releases a lot of
Yes.
emotions within yourself, and there is nothing. It doesn't make you a stronger person or a weaker person to let tears come down. Sorry, this became a very emotional video, guys, but that really, that's really heartfelt, and I really appreciate you sharing that with everybody. I think it's time to.
I think it's good to help people go through hard events, because I went through them, and it made me the person who I am, and a better person. And I'm thankful for those experiences, even though they were hard at the time. So I'm happy for everybody to go see this video, and I hope this helps you.
I know Jay is the same way. A loss of a parent. It could be loss of anybody, and if you want to talk to us about anything, guys, we're here for you. Please think of us as your support system as well. And I think it's a very good time to end the video at this point. I really hope that we helped you get through your baggages, and that 2018 is a very positive, happy year for you, prosperous.
And be perfect. Be that perfect you.
Yes,
keep going.
Because you got this. You guys can do this. And
Take care,
we're
guys.
always here for you. Love you
Take
guys.
care.
Take care.
Bye.